Good afternoon, it's Bob from Trade Genius, the 29th of June. And what an incredible day today is. And I think it's foreshadowing going to be really fun trading time now. Like I said, things were starting to break and we started getting some increased volatility in tech. And the interesting thing for me was at first I thought they'd hold this thing off until after the July 4th holiday. But you know, on the 26th, I talked about this on my video yesterday. They gapped it up. What's been happening is that on Fridays, people are afraid to be long the market, which I don't blame them. And you go into the market short. And then on Monday, they squeezed those people out. And then it fell all the way through till Tuesday. And we rode this trade down and we made some really good money on it. And then on Wednesday, yesterday, when I wasn't trading, this thing went down even to here, and they gapped it up, and they drove it up all day. But what I noticed was about the middle part of the day, the money flow started to fall away on this, and I was pretty convinced that we're going to roll over tomorrow. I not obviously had no idea to what extent, and but it looked like it was weakness, and we were positioned for that weakness, and then it just gapped down, and we got a gap and crap here all the way down here. Got a little bit of a hammer. This ended up around VWAP today, and I'm going to show you some charts in a second. So and then we wrote an XIV trade back up, because when volatility picks up, we're just going to make a lot of money trading XIV. I told everybody this before. When it starts getting really volatile, it's going to get really scary, but the rides up are going to be just incredible. And I'll just show you the trades that I made today. I only focused on two things. I only used about $6,500, $7,000 in total margin today, and I made on this day $4,200, and just focusing on two things. So you don't need a lot of money. You know, you don't need to be all over the place. You just need to have good signals, which we have, and be able to have the confidence and the courage to take those signals. And this is what I want to show you next here, how these signals work. Is let's go here. Let me pull this up. Let me expand this a little bit. Okay, so I cut this off because we don't trade. We shouldn't trade. If you can if you want to, but it's usually you chop yourself up. When the market opens at 3 o'clock my time, California, until the Japanese market closes about 11 o'clock my time, is that it's really pointless to trade the futures. It's pretty benign, and you just chop up and down. But going into that close, if you're up, if you're in Europe, if you're East Coast, get up early kind of person, is that you can take advantage of those first trades. And so what happened here was you got a trade up right away. And so this signal here, these signals are money flow signals, and these are stretch band signals that we have that we built into the software that people who buy the day trading money machine will get. So our earlier version didn't have these arrows on here. The arrows are going to be on for people that before July 4th we'll have the arrows on. It's all done. We're putting our final package together, and anybody who has the software purchased before July 4th are going to get these signals as part of the then current price. And so so this arrow is here said, hey, it's a buy signal. But then this arrow down here, these are stochastic bands, okay? And when they break the oversold and overbought, they override these bands. So this trade would have flipped you to a short right away, okay? And then you would have stayed in that short until you got a buy signal here, which corresponds to about right here. And then you would have got a sell signal here, and now it's morning. And then at some point in here, I woke up and put a trade on, and I'll show you when it went on. And then all day long, it was just confirming. This was a stretch trade, and then it was just saying money flow sell, money flow sell, money flow sell. So every time we got a pull down, it was telling me don't buy the bear flag, don't buy the bear flag. And then this last trade here, it told you to go ahead and flip and you can go ahead and buy this last flag, and it came right back into VWAP. So so what I did here is I closed a little bit above here. Once it hit here, the candle started to come back. When it makes a new low like that, sometimes I'll close the trade out. And so, you know, dealer's choice, but for sure, if you'd have got the green arrow, you'd have popped yourself out, and you would have made this kind of money today. So let me just, yeah, right here. So let me go to here, and I'll come back to UVXY. So I had UVXY July 38 puts on, and I had mini Nadex short on, and so so I got out at 56.04, and average price in at 57.40, and then I closed the Q's trades out here. So that was $3,900, but I wasn't done. I turned around as soon as I saw that flip. I'm like, they're going to run this thing up into the close, and then we went ahead, and I'll show you the signal right here. Is we closed the UVXY trade on, and then we took it off towards the end of the day, and so noted all those trades in there, and it's just a beautiful day. And so you can make these kind of trades if you get the signals. And yesterday was, I didn't trade it, but you could have went to the long side and made almost the same amount of money. And on Tuesday we had a good day. I think I made about $1,000 trading. And so it's just been an incredible week. So far this would have been probably a $10,000 week if I was able to trade all 3 days. So I've been traveling. I'm still on vacation, but I had the morning off. Family's doing some other things, and I'm so thankful that I was able to trade this. And let me just show you here. You go to XIV. We'll go to UVXY because that's the trade I put on. Is that we have well, first of all, once it broke this band here, this is 10% over VWAP, instantly caught my attention. When it went down to $11 here and went back into the range, I automatically put the UVXY trade on. Okay, and then it just dropped all the way through, and at $10 I said to everybody, hey, cover. Some people made between 66 and 75% on their money in one day. So for having $6,500 in margin, you make $4,200. You know, that's 80%. Multiply that by 250 trading days. Not a bad return on investment. And you know, this is just a sample. We have so many trades on right now. We put this trade on today too. Okay, we called it out. Bought FAZ at 1646, and we closed it out at 1690 area. And just because I didn't trust it, just like when we did the SQQ trade on Monday to Tuesday, hey, we're taking our money and we're running because we've seen this movie before. And so this is kind of 2008-ish. You start seeing these head fakes. Now they're getting everybody thinking, hey, maybe we go short the market now. I'm scared they're going to take it long. We're going into a long weekend. You know, it'll probably be pretty benign, but you know, these are things you got to start worrying about. So you're gonna need to probably shorten your horizon on your trades. If you're doing puts or calls, you definitely need to have spreads on in case they reverse it on you the next day. You know, at least you can take that hedge off and put another hedge on top of it, and you're gonna need to give it time to work, and you're gonna make a lot of money. And so if we just go through a couple of these things here, SPY didn't start falling yet. I think SPY starts falling next week. It's still in this stupid band. They're still trying to hold this thing up, but I think the bow has broken on the VIX trade, and this is what we want. So we're swing traders, but if they want to give me the swing in all one day because vol picks up, hey, I'm all for it. And so these are incredible moves, and this is not the end. What's going to happen here will probably go down Wednesday, coming back from, or even Monday. They may ambush people that are off on vacation. This thing's going to push up higher. We're not done with this move yet. And you know, June-ish was really supposed to be a bad volatility month. They held it, may push into July. But there's nothing here. The Federal Reserve is the only entity that's propping this market up. And yesterday, when they gave the banks that free money, you know, you can just scream. People can't even get health care in this country. I'm a conservative Republican, but you know, fair is fair and right is right. You know, they're stealing money from the Treasury to hand to people who are already getting free stuff. And then they tell people that we're going to cut the people out, the poorest. You know, that's government's only responsibility, is defend its people. You defend those who cannot, and you defend your borders. And they do none of that, and they just keep enriching themselves. It's just amazing to me. And I think this thing's all going to blow up. And I think Yellen really screwed up. We're either going to get a 2011 event, we're going to get a 1938 event, or we're going to get a 1987 event. Okay, because they've taken everything to such extremes, and there's no real buyers here in the market. So just get ready. It is going to get wild and woolly. And like I said, the small caps are where the money's going to be made. And on the long side is, I wouldn't worry too much about what's going on with the miners and the metals. They're going to be a crisis trade, okay? And they're going to do just fine. I mean, you know, and look at wheat and precious metals. This is where my long-term money is sitting. You know, it already bounced off of VWAP again, and it's just going to drive higher. You know, gold and silver, people are going to bail out of this funny financial stuff, and they're going to go into things that are real. You know, you got XME. You know, we missed this move because I wasn't here yesterday to take advantage of this, but settling back down. You know, it's overbought right now. I'd love for it to come back down a little bit and then push back higher. URA is something to keep an eye on as well. I need like for it to come back down to excuse me. I like for it to come back down to here and push back higher as well. And then USO, oil's just fine too. Okay, it had a big push from 42 to 45. I mean, that's, you know, 8% move for oil. That's pretty good. And we're still, trend dots are saying this is a long, and I'm playing it from buy the dip side on the futures. Made money on that today too, $300, and this is setting up. So I'd be looking for this to keep launching up, okay? And then oil is one I recommended at 450. You know, we're still good. You know, if you followed that trade, 469, you know, it may pop you out tomorrow, may not. But hey, you know, you take these trades, you move on to the next one. But like I said, we have trades going every day. It's been a really, really good couple of weeks because the Federal Reserve is stepping back from the market, and it's actually becoming a real market again, so we can actually use real signals. And there's so many people that are complacent. And I warn you, if you're a put seller and you've been just living off selling puts, you are going to get absolutely creamed. I promise you, get out of them. Because once this goes and the fear kicks in, it's just going to drive these stocks through the floor, and there's going to be margin calls. It's going to drive it through the floor again, and you're going to find yourself owing more money than you own, and then it's really going to cause a problem. The put selling is through the roof right now, and anybody that's advocating selling puts, unless you're selling UVXY puts, you know, I mean not UVXY, you know, like selling puts on the inverses, you're going to be you're in big trouble. And you're gonna get clobbered. So anybody advising you to do that, you better have an action plan to cover your positions. I always stay away. I always just sell calls, okay, and buy puts. You know, it's the way to do it. But anyway, I'm just really stoked today. I was really excited. I was so bummed yesterday that I missed a big trading day, and I'm so glad they gave me another one. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what's going to happen. But I think it's sizing up to probably be flattish, and people going into a long weekend here. A lot of people probably already bailed out today. That's probably why the moves are so violent, and they're not going to be back to Wednesday, and then I think the fireworks begin anew. But anyway, Bob from Trade Genius. Check us out at www.tradegeniusacademy.com. I know my partner has some price increases going into effect. I know he has some specials running right now. You know, he focuses on that side of the business. I focus on trying to get you guys good trades. But I implore you, you would have paid for 5 years of my service just in the money you'd have made today. You know, I'm probably the biggest bargain out there. And I want you guys to take advantage of it. You know, I want everybody to do well. I want the little people like us to be able to have some independence and some confidence that we can navigate these wild days that are coming. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks. See you later. Bye.